write out your decisions, kind of, right? Moving on, this week we also got a first look at Jenna Ortega as our new Wednesday Addams, which is for the new show on Netflix, From the Mind of the Great Tim Burton.
So he's actually attached to this?
Yeah, I think he got it going.
That's cool. I had no idea. I thought it was just someone was doing kind of like their own twist on it. That's cool.
No, it's actually Tim Burton, which is exciting. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the look.
Yeah, she looks great. Again, a lot of people trying to trash on it, but I'm sure it'll be good, especially with him overseeing everything,
Yeah.
And shout out to Jenna Ortega, who is like the, next generation Scream queen. She was in the newest Scream, and then, was a couple months ago.
Wasn't she in Babysitter too?
Yes, Babysitter 2, and then most recently X. She's in X, and she's so good. So glad to see her making a name for herself. A woman of color. Pretty dope. Entertainment Weekly also dropped the first teaser trailer for Rob Zombie's newest effort, The Munsters. His version of The Munsters. What do you guys think about this?
I have not seen that one yet.
I haven't either, but honestly, I know it's a hit or miss for some people, but I've always liked everything that Rob Zombie has made, personally, so I'm super excited.
Awesome. What do you guys think about the rating being PG?
That I don't know about.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting, he's in a new wheelhouse, for sure, I would say, but in terms of being PG, but I think it's he could do it. I think if anyone can.
Yeah, I feel like he's very much what we would call a cinephile. He specializes in horror. Even as a fan, he grew up with the Munsters, and he's obviously doing this as a passion project. But going back to this little teaser that they just put out the other day, they start off with this like very authentic recreation of like the black and white intro, which is amazing, and then they drop into what it's going to look like in color, because the whole film won't be in black and white. They're going to go full color, but it still looks really good. I can't speak on how the film is going to play out. Hopefully, for Rob's sake, it he's done something great and unique and kind of proves all the haters wrong. But he's stayed in his genre for so long. This is a huge swing for him, trying to do something different. And as a filmmaker, I feel like everybody should strive for that. And whether he's hits a home run or misses, it is what it is. You got to take chances, or what's the point? Two more pieces of news for you guys. We'll start with the big one. I just went to Monsterpalooza. I saw pretty much all of the standout cast for the original Scream, which was amazing. Seeing them in person, including Neve Campbell, which is my segue into apparently Neve Campbell will not be returning for Scream 6 now. And she released a statement, it was a couple days now, saying that basically she wasn't a fan of, what they were trying to do with her character, and that, as a woman, she's fought hard to, get to where she's at within the 25 years of being a part of the Scream franchise. And so she basically declined to come back. Then later that day, after that statement, rumors are circling around that the studio, didn't want to pay her the money that she was asking for. I guess they thought she was asking for too much, which is fucking nuts to me, because, Sidney Prescott is, in more ways than one, the face of the franchise. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I wonder if that put a wrench in their story for the next film, in terms of maybe having to recast, or I would hope they wouldn't recast. I hope they would just kind of write her off. I mean,
No.
or you know, something.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Or I mean, you know, and I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen 5 yet, but she very much has. She doesn't live in Woodsboro anymore. Obviously, she has her own family, so I think it would be kind of very easy to just be like, oh yeah, she's off doing her own thing. Now, my initial thought when I read this at first, I was like, okay, are they just, you know, telling her to say this to throw us off, like, you know, when she really is in the movie? Because that would be ingenious marketing. And I would like to think that that's true, but the more and more stuff that's coming out, maybe it really is, you know, happening. And I think that this could potentially fuck up the movie, you know, as far as box office draws and things like negative press. And I'm just like, dude, no, you know, like I knew it was going to be too good to be true to get another Scream movie so quickly after we just got one in, you know, March.
yeah, hopefully it's not ruined.
I know, right? It's the very first one that won't feature Sidney Prescott in some way or another. So it's really weird to say that on the air, especially because, you know, James, we started this podcast with a review of the Scream trilogy. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
So it's obvious that these Ghostface and these movies mean a lot to us. So super, super sad news. But at the same time, if it's true, I do respect it. You know, she's got to fight for what is hers. And I was really impressed the other day. Matthew Lillard on Twitter basically said, you know, do you think fucking Tom Cruise took a pay cut to make Top Gun Maverick? No, fuck no, he didn't. So why is this any different with Neve Campbell and Scream? It's clearly because she's a woman, and that's a very sad thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully, I don't know. I'm with you on this one. I hope it doesn't ruin it, and fingers crossed that they're trying to pull one over on us, and she's, you know, going to be in it some way.
Yeah, or they can work something out, because it's just like, oh, just give her the money, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And it's not, no shade towards Radio Silence, because I'm pretty sure it's not in their hands. We have to think about another big thing. You know, the Weinsteins, I shouldn't even be saying their name on this fucking podcast right now, but you know, they created Scream essentially with Dimension Pictures, and then of course they dissolved, and so what is it, like Blumhouse and them got they acquired the rights. So, you know, it's kind of like, they just don't appreciate Neve the same way because it's a newer studio taking on this property that was, you know, for so long somebody else's. It's kind of weird to think about, but anyway, I hope everything works out for the best. So if you guys are into video games, the next big horror cinematic piece is coming out tomorrow or today when we release this show, hopefully. It's called The Quarry. It's basically about like a summer camp trip that goes wrong, like an old school slasher setup with a bunch of celebrities, including David Arquette. It's also going to have the game itself will have a filter pack feature where you can put pretty much play the game however you want, whether it be, you know, 80s style or like black and white or modern horror like A24. There's like an A24 filter, so it's pretty wild.
That's cool.
Is it a story-based game?
Yes, basically the kind of game where it's like you make choices and your choices have consequences, like kind of like Life is Strange in that vein.
I gotcha.
It should be rad, and for all the people who don't really like video games or know or can comprehend, like, you know, controls and stuff, they actually will have a feature where you choose everything that you want to happen, and then you watch the game play out as like a movie, like an animated film.
And that reminds me of that Netflix movie that incorporated choice making. Forgot what it's called though.
Bandersnatcher or Bandersnatcher?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
It's a Black Mirror special, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that was pretty nuts when that came out. It was nothing like it.
I was a fan.
As I was saying,
So it's like an interactive game then, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And now it's time for the weekly recommendations.
I only have one, and it is the newest season of Stranger Things.
Oh, very nice. Yes.
Yes, finally, I finished it I think about 2 days ago. Very, very addictive season. There were a couple times where I didn't want to stop watching, but it was already like 2:00 and I had to be up at 6. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go to sleep. But yeah, it was super fun. Can't wait for the next part. And apparently, from my understanding, I thought this was supposed to be the final season, but from what I've heard, the Duffer Brothers are working on a season 5.
Yeah, I think 5 will be the end. Also, I haven't finished this season, so no spoilers, guys. But
No.
It is very, very good. Very good soundtrack as well. I think we wrecked it this last episode that I put out in the beginning of this week. But in July, we'll be getting the 2 final episodes to cap off this season, but they're going to be like 2 hours long or something. So pretty nuts.
Yeah, the last one is 2.5 hours.
Insane. So it's like
getting like a full movie. You're getting like
Jesus,
like 2 movies basically.
I am super boring as of right now. I have not been watching anything new.
Do you have any comfort shows or anything that you throw on?
I'm on a big like Bob's Burgers or King of the Hill like thing right now. So.
Okay, yeah. So have
Those
you
are my comfort
seen
shows.
Bob's Burgers, but I love King of the Hill.
Bob's Burgers is the best. If you like stupid humor and like fart jokes, you're gonna like Bob's Burgers.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
Have you seen the Bob's Burgers movie yet? That's out?
I haven't, but I've heard very good things.
I finally got to see Everything Everywhere All at Once. You can finally watch the spectacular sci-fi multiverse film at home, as it just came to digital this week as well. I do highly recommend seeing it on the big screen as it is still playing in that format as well. So, again, no spoilers, but it lives up to the hype, and I think it is like the most financially successful A24 film to date, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. So yeah, you guys check it out. It is bonkers crazy. If you think Multiverse of Madness is nuts, watch this. That's all I'm going to say.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
Okay, so we're talking about Daniel Isn't Real this week. Pretty much, I wanted to do something kind of weird and spontaneous in honor of Pride Month. So this one is unrated. It's from 2019. It's a body horror thriller, and it's 1 hour and 40 minutes. It's got a well-deserved 84 on Rotten, written by Brian DeLue and Adam Mortimer, and directed by Adam Egypt Mortimer. Starring Patrick Schwarzenegger, Miles Robin, Saoirse Lane, Mary Stuart Masterson. The film follows a young boy named Luke who witnesses the aftermath of a brutal shooting and immediately befriends an imaginary friend named Daniel. After an incident happens with Daniel, Luke's mother asks to leave Daniel behind, where they lock Daniel inside an oversized dollhouse. 10 years later, we meet Luke again while attending college, and with his mother's mental health in serious question, Luke decides to confront his past and seek out Daniel once again for guidance. A decision